Peace. Hi, it's Heart, Love, and Honor. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of Animal Speak. Learn the Language of the Animals by Ted Andrews. The spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. And I'm happy to be with you in honor of all the wonderful fathers out there. Hi, it's Heart, Love. Happy Father's Day. I'm excited to bring this to you guys. We're on a magic level right now. Chapter 10's conclusion. So, we did it. We're here now. Page 200 for everyone that's following along and reading. And it will be in the playlist, so you can read it with us there. Hi, it's Heart Love. Welcome. Welcome, YouTube. I hope you've all honored your fathers. And for those that are fathers, here's a way I'm honoring you. Reading to the people. All right. So we pick up at page 200 after just reading the beauty of turkeys. Vulture. The bottom of page 200. Animal Speak. The vulture. Keynote: purification, death and rebirth. New vision. Cycle of power. Year round. Summer and winter. Vulture. Woo! This is a big one. In the earliest of times, the sun lived very close to the earth. So close, in fact, that life upon the earth was becoming unbearable. The animal world got together and decided to do something about it. They wanted to move the sun further away. The fox was the first to volunteer. He grabbed the sun in his mouth and began to run to the heavens. After a short while, the sun became too hot, burning the fox's mouth, and he stopped. To this day, the inside of a fox's mouth is black. Then the opossum volunteered. He wrapped his tail around the sun and began running toward the heavens. Before long, though, the sun became too hot, burning his tail, and he had to stop. To this day, the opossum has no hair upon its tail. It was then the vulture stepped forward. Vulture was the most beautiful and powerful of birds. Upon its head was a beautiful mantle of rich feathering that all the birds envied. Knowing that the earth would burn up unless someone moved the sun, the vulture placed its head against it and began to fly to the heavens. With powerful strokes of its wings, it pushed and pushed the sun further and further up into the heavens. Though it could feel its crown feathers burning, the vulture continued until the sun was set at a safe distance in the sky away from the earth. Unfortunately, Vulture lost its magnificent head of feathers for eternity. The vulture is probably the most misunderstood and misaligned bird. People see them as gross and associate them with only death. But myths and tales abound that reflect the exact opposite. Even a brief examination of the variety of myths about it and the cursory look at its behaviors will reveal a truly wonderful creature. In the Greek tradition, the vulture was considered to be a descendant of the griffin, a mythical creature usually depicted with a combination of animal characteristics. It was a symbol of heaven and earth, spirit and matter, good and evil, guardian and avenger. It was considered the avenger of the nature spirits. To the ancient Assyrians, the angel of death would come in the form of a griffin. It embodied the union between the falcon and its solar aspects and the feline aspects of the night, a reflection of never ending vigilance. The vulture is thus a link to the griffin as a guardian to the mysteries of life and death and the road of salvation. For more information on the griffin, you may wish to consult the author's earlier work, Enchantment of the Fairy Realm. In Egypt, the goddess of truth, justice, and harmony, Ma'at, is usually depicted carrying a vulture feather. In parts of Egypt, the vulture was also a mother symbol, probably because it devours corpses, enabling other life to sustain itself. Often animals and birds represented a form of the divine power, which would dispose of what could otherwise be dangerous to life and health. Life and death were both often mother symbols. To the Pueblo Indians, it was a symbol of purification. Its medicine would restore harmony that had been broken. Its feathers were used in rituals for grounding after shapeshifting ceremonies, facilitating the return to the self. Turkey vulture assisted with such transitions. It was used to dispel evil, to break contact with the dead, as in channeling, shapeshifting, and other forms of mediumship, to disarm objects, and to even recover slain warriors. Hi, it's Heart Love. Welcome, YouTube. Thank you for the likes and subs, guys. This corner of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. We got the great master Ted Andrews, Animal Speak, the spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. And we're in the great chapter 10 finale right now, guys. Thank you so much. We're in the addiction of bird totems. We're all reading along at the bottom of page 202. It was to dispel evil, to break contact with the dead, as in channeling, shape-shifting, or other forms of mediumship, to disarm objects, and to even recover slain warriors. In folk beliefs, when Turkey Vulture comes back after winter, there will be no more frost. Also, the wearing of a feather of a black buzzard was thought to prevent rheumatism. They have also been associated wrongly with greed and heartlessness. The vulture is a member of the raptor family, but unlike most raptors, hawks, owls, etc., its weak feet are short talons, make it unsuited for tearing and grasping. It relies on others to do the killing. Although Their role as scavengers is often considered disgusting. It serves an extremely valuable and necessary function. It limits infections and bacteria from corpses that could otherwise spread to other animals who do not have the same resistance. They serve to keep the environment clean and in balance. Yes. They prevent the spread of disease. There are several varieties of vulture. Each has its own unique characteristics. All walk, stand, and perch firmly with dignity, a kind of unspoken confidence in themselves, regardless of their appearance. The condor has the largest wingspan, and it is the world's largest flying bird. The wingspan of the Andean condor can reach 12 feet. The California condor can reach 9 feet. The king vulture of Mexico, Argentina, will fly alone or in pairs, usually high and far away from others. Most people in this country are familiar with two types, the black vulture and the more common turkey vulture. Often buzzards, they are simply vultures. The black vulture is named for its color. Its scientific name, Corygipus atratus, means vulture dressed in black. It usually is a solid black with a white spot at the end of each wing. The black vulture has a shorter tail and cannot soar as well as the turkey vulture. It spends more time on perches. It often nests in hollow logs. The turkey vulture has a long tail and bicolored wings. It is a creature of grace when in flight. Its scientific name, Cathartes aura. Cathartes aura means golden purified. They will congregate on communal roosts at night and at dawn in the early morning sun. They will outstretch their wings to dry the dew, giving the appearance of honoring the rising sun. Although homely in appearance when just standing, in flight these raptors are magnificent specimens. They soar with a grace and an ease that is thrilling. For those with this totem, it speaks of a coming of time when you will be noticed more for what you do than how you appear. The vultures have a wonderful ability to see and to use the thermals rising from the earth, giving them lift. Their ability to use the thermals is often likened to auric vision, the ability to see the subtle energy emanations from the body. We all have experienced thermals in our life. When we have driven down a road on a hot summer day and see the heat rising off the surface, this is a thermal. To the human ground observer, these currents are only visible for a few feet above the concrete. Yes. The vulture can see them as they rise into the sky. When on the ground, the vultures cannot see or feel the thermals, but in the air, they are sensitive to every aspect of the currents. If turkey vulture has come into your life, you will probably soon start to see auras and colors around people and things. Yes. If not, the vulture can help teach you. The vulture is a patient hunter. It can soar for hours without flapping its wings. They are tremendous symbols of flight without power. They ride their thermals and wind-borne updrafts. They use air currents to interfere with the pull of gravity and allow themselves to fly. In essence, they do not need to expend much energy to oppose gravity. This is seen in the fact that their wings rarely move, reflecting that the power of flight does not come from them. They simply use what is available. Gratitude. Thank you so much. Peace. Highest heart love. Thank you so much. Much love. Peace, Coco. Let me make you a mod. Highest heart love. Thank you so much. We got the bird medicine coming in on the great Father's Day. Love to all your fathers and all the fathers that we are. All right. So majestic is the. Oh my goodness. This is so good. Right? All right. So we're at the top of page 204. I hope you get that love. One of the mystical secrets believed to be held by the vulture is the ability to levitate. Levitation is the law of spirituality. Gravity is the impulse toward the material and mundane or physical. The vulture denies the material. Its ability to float, rise, and soar has been seen as a symbol of movement away from the mundane. It is a symbol of the disintegration of physical wholes. It is a symbol of distributing one's energy so that gravity does not weigh and hold one down, be it the actual gravity of Earth or the gravity of mundane situations and experiences. They can also fold their wings well above the horizontal level, which is unique among raptors and most birds. It helps them in their soaring. When they do flap their huge wings, they provide a powerful thrust forward and thus do not need to be used that frequently. This ability to use energy powerfully and efficiently is part of what the vulture teaches. Vultures are also noted for their keen eyesight. Some scientists believe they pass subtle messages visually from one bird to another. Hmm, I love that. Especially when a carcass is found. They can spot kills over many miles. Their eyes see 8 times more sharply than human eyes. One of its most powerful senses is the sense of smell, or olfactory sense. They can find food simply by smelling it if necessary. The black vulture's sense of smell is not quite as developed. The sense of smell has long been associated with higher forms of discrimination in metaphysical traditions. Yes. Turkey Vulture can assist you in developing your own sense of smell that you can use effectively in all areas of your life. It will help you to decide whether or not something doesn't quite smell right in your life. It will help you to decide whether or not something doesn't quite smell like right in your life. The sense of smell is also associated with aromatherapy. And for those with turkey vulture as a totem, this may be the most effective holistic health technique to develop on or use on yourself. The turkey vulture has a unique digestive system. When we examine the kinds of food it eats, it's it is no wonder. It has a resistance to botulism, thousands of times higher than humans. The digestive tract contains chemicals that kill the uh, virulent bacteria that is on the foods they eat. It is not unusual for those with a vulture totem to have changes in their own digestive system occur. Foods that used to be enjoyed and have no side effects may become less compatible. Foods that you eat are going to have a more noticeable effect upon your energy system. Pay attention to how you physically feel, emotionally feel, mentally feel, and spiritually feel after eating various foods. You will soon discover which you may need to avoid and which you may need to increase. Saturation level. When a turkey vulture comes in as a totem, there may also be changes to your eliminative process. The turkey vulture is one of just a few animals that will eliminate over its own legs and feet. It will squirt excrement on itself. This is due partly to cleansing the feet and legs of bacteria that may have accumulated on them while the vulture was feeding on the carcass. The same antibacterial chemical in the digestive tract is found within the excrement, serving as a bactericide for the legs and feet. This does not mean that those with a vulture totem are going to have problems with incontinence. Those with a vulture totem should make sure their own eliminative system is working properly and regularly. If your energy is down or you feel yourself coming down with a cold or such, check your bowel movements. They may need to be stimulated. Oh, that O energy, right? We know that. Another reason that the vulture does this is to cool off the legs and feet. This is something that is also healthy and beneficial for those with the vulture totems, especially if they are having trouble handling the heat. Soak the feet in cool water, and you will find some wonderful and quick results. The vulture actually keeps itself quite clean, and in the wild will bathe frequently. The featherless head enables the vulture to remain relatively clean as it dips its head into the entrails and carcasses. Had it feathers, bacteria would accumulate in them. Thus, the lack of feathers prevents infection. The sun rays also serve as a disinfectant for the head, which each morning, it will face the sun with its wings outstretched to warm its feathers and to cleanse itself of bacteria that may still remain. It is this fashion the wings actually serve as mini solar collectors. That's something I do. It's something we learn from our bird totems and animal totems. Sunbathing. Ooh, Ted Andrews is the man. Oh, I love this book. The vulture has no real voice. It will force air out its bill and hiss. To some, this reflects the lesson of acting rather than talking. To some, it shows that vulture medicine has to do with performing rather than talking about performing. Vultures usually lay their eggs on the bare ground. The young are extremely sensitive to interference. There is a long period of incubation and breeding and rearing a single chick, and thus the parent does not go far in search for food. The young do not leave the nest or fly until 3 months. For this reason, there is a belief that it may take as much as 3 months before an individual begins to truly move past the death stage to rebirth, as is symbolized by the vulture. In alchemy, the vulture has a symbol of sublimation, particularly because of its resemblance to the eagle. The vulture was considered a sign of confirmation of new relationship between the volatile aspects of life and the fixed, the psychic energies and the cosmic forces. It was a promise that the suffering of the immediate was temporary and necessary, for a higher purpose was at work, even if not understood at the time. It reflects that no matter how difficult the life conditions, rescue is as imminent in your life as was the rescue of Prometheus by Hercules. Yes, yes. Acting more and talking about it less. Big, big lesson. Wow. Woo! We're at the bottom of 205. Here we go, guys. Keep it going. Keep it going. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Waxwing. Waxwing. We're almost there, guys. Waxwing. Keynote. Gentleness and courtesy. I love this so much. Oh my goodness, I love this. I love this. I love this. Cycle of power. Spring and summer. Told you we were finishing today, guys. Look, that was just all one, and that was just the vulture. That's how powerful the vulture is, right? Another thing. Oh, let me add in one more fact before we move on. And I'll also read this highlight for the turkey vulture, okay? But one more fact is the vulture is the bird that flies the highest. Out of all birds, the vulture flies the highest. All right, so here we go. This was in the beginning of the vulture reading, and it says the turkey vulture. This unique bird derives its name from the Latin vulture, and although it does not kill its own prey, it is considered a raptor and a predator. It has a magnificent wingspan and ability to soar effortlessly for great lengths of time. It is one of the most understood birds, and yet it was one of the most powerful and mystical in many societies. That's the turkey vulture. Now, the oldest living bird, I'm going to add this on before we finish. The oldest bird that lives the longest out of them, close with one of these, right, is the albatross. The albatross, and it has the ability to fly and glide in the sky for a year plus the albatross. That's all right. I've been loving reading to y'all. All right, waxwing. The waxwing is a beautiful and gentle bird of summer. It is a member of the cardinal family, right? Talking about cardinals. And thus, the cardinal should be studied as well. It is usually of a light chocolate color with traces of pink or mauve and with a bright yellow band. It has a black chin and usually a black line running through the eyes, giving it an appearance of a mask. At the end of the wings is a patch of red that looks a bit like sealing wax. A study of colors will provide some insight into the energies often associated with this bird. The mask-like appearance gives an association with the art of mask making and ritual garb. Mask making is an ancient art employed all over the world for ceremony, celebration, and magical practices. The waxwing has knowledge of how to use masks for fun and for healing, especially when combined with color healing. Yes, color healing, color. We gotta love color healing, right? It's one of those early things we should be teaching our children to master early, because once we start to understand light, we can change our literal frequency by vibrating with those different colors. So color therapy is a major big plus. All right. Masks are tools for transformation, but most people fear change and transition. They believe it to be traumatic. Though a waxwing can show how to change for and transformation can occur as gently and easily as you desire. The waxwing shows how to use masks, headgear, and paint to create a doorway in the mind, a threshold that you can cross to new dimensions. Hi, it's Heart Love. Hey, peace, peace. Oh, Coco. Hi, it's Heart Love and Mystic Breeze. Peace. My mods. Oh, much love. We're closing out this chapter 10, Bird Dictionary of Totems. So, man, thank you so much for being here and reading with us. Thank you for the likes and subs. Thank you so much. All the Readers Club, right? Peace. Sending healing love energy to everyone, right? Like a relative, the cardinal, like its relative, the cardinal, the waxwing has a crest upon its head. This reflects an innate wisdom that it can awaken. It also has ties to ceremonial headgear and the use of it to shift consciousness. The waxwing is actually a very gentle and polite bird. Waxwings are often known to pass food to each other. If a waxwing has come into your life, look at the gentleness you are experiencing or missing within your life. I love that. Are others extending to you the courtesy you deserve? Are you extending to them the courtesy they deserve? Do you need to start seeing yourself and others from a new perspective? Or are you possibly not being gentle enough to yourself? The waxwing will show you how to awaken gentleness as a true virtue within your life. Waxwing! complete. Complete. All right, here we go. We're at the middle of page 206. Here we go, guys. We have two left. We have two left. Two. Yes, yes, yes. I know you guys are like, come on, come on. Here we go. Woodpecker. Yes. Who has a woodpecker as a totem? Who has a woodpecker as a totem? Amazing, amazing. Woodpecker. Keynote. The power of rhythm and discrimination. Cycle of power. Summer. Yes. Yes. The woodpecker is one of those birds whose history is filled with myth and lore. Much of it is in connection with its most notable characteristics, the drumming. It is a relative of the flicker, which was described earlier, and they share many of the same qualities and characteristics. In the European folk tradition, the woodpecker was often considered a weather prophet. Its drumming indicated forthcoming changes. It was even believed by some to be a thunderbird. In Babylonia, it was considered the axe of Ishtar and was associated with fertility. In the Greek tradition, it occupied the throne of Zeus, considered sacred to this god of thunder. It was also considered the oracle of Mars. Again, because drumming was often used to accompany battles, the Romans also had a legend of the woodpecker. The powerful enchantress, Circe, fell in love with the woodland god Picus. When he rejected her love, she turned him into a woodpecker. In the Native American tradition, it is a bird connected to the heartbeat of the earth itself. This drumming has many mystical connections, from new life rhythms to applications of shapeshifting. Many shamans learn to ride drum beats into other dimensions. There are, of course, different kinds of woodpeckers, each with their own unique qualities. Most are black and white, and some have red upon the head. The black and white reflects the need to see issues and aspects of life clearly. It reflects that things are fairly clear if we look closely. The downy woodpecker is the smallest. It is also the most common and most friendly member of the woodpecker family. The pileated, found most often in the forest, is the expert woodchopper, often as big as a crow. It is the largest of the woodpeckers. It has the conspicuous red crest. The red-headed woodpecker is also very common. While most woodpeckers, particularly males, have some red on the head, the red-headed woodpecker has a red mantle of feathers that color and covers its head and neck. The red found in the on it should say the red found on the head area of any woodpecker reflects a stimulation of the mental activities and the head chakra centers. It reflects a stimulation and awakening of new mental faculties. This is even further symbolized by the pecking that is the trademark of this bird. Woodpeckers peck holes in trees and wood to get at grubs and other insects. This digging in, especially with the head, reflects increasing analysis. Their bills are strong and sharply pointed, and their skulls are heavier, facilitating the hammering. Their sharp bill and its long, barbed tongue can be likened to the art of discrimination. If a woodpecker has drummed out a song for you, then you should ask yourself some specific questions. Are you looking at aspects of your life rationally? Are others around you not discriminating in their activities? Are you, mm, are you, are you or others in your life just jumping into situations with little or no analysis? Sometimes the woodpecker will show up just to stimulate new rhythms. Rhythm is a powerful means of affecting the physical energies. Sometimes it is easy to get so wrapped up in our daily mental and spiritual activities that we neglect the physical. This can be when the woodpecker shows up. It may also reflect a need to drum some new changes and rhythms into your life. Yeah. The woodpecker has a strong hooked claw for firm holds upon a tree. Its tail feathers help to prop it upright. It also has a peculiar up and down flight. It will fly, coast down, fly, then coast down. It flies in a manner and rhythm unique to itself. All of this serves to emphasize the fact that it will become increasingly important for you to follow your own unique rhythms and flight. Do what works for you in the manner best for you. When woodpecker comes into your life, it indicates that the foundation is there. It is now safe to follow your own rhythms. Yes, it is safe to follow your own rhythms. Shay, Shay, we have to, right? One more, guys, one more. Please, thank you so much for being here with us, man. Hi, it's Heart Love. Thank you so much. I see the hearts and the love and likes. Man, peace. Oh, peace, Davion. Hi, it's Heart Love. Thank you so much for reading books with us, being in this part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. The master, Ted Andrews. We're in the 10th chapter and concluding it right here, live from the light in LA. Here we go. Page 208. The last bird of the bird dictionary totems. Wren. Yeah, that's it. You see, I had the marker here for the end of. Right. Wren. Happy Father's Day, everyone. You know I was going to come on here and give you a little tune of this piece. I know some of you use it, and we all can use peace, right? Reading books, we're here, just vibing in the wonderful melodies, Yellow Brick Cinema. Hi, it's Heart Love. Got my beautiful mods here. reading books, enjoying peace, vibing off one another, unifying. Last bird of the Dictionary of Bird Totems in Animal Speak, Wren. Keynote: resourcefulness and boldness. Cycle of power, spring. There are more than a dozen species of wren. It is a small, stocky bird that has often been cherished as much as the robin. It is usually brownish in color, and it will often cock its tail feathers up in the air. It seldom shows itself in the open. Its feathers were considered fetishes against drowning, and it has usually been considered unlucky to kill one. In pagan traditions, wrens were considered sacred to the earth gods and goddesses. It has been thought a bird that stole fire, sacred to the earth gods and goddesses, right, from the sun and brought it to earth, giving it its short cocktail feathers. In medieval Europe, it was considered the pet bird of the Virgin Mary, especially among the lower classes. This is probably due to the fact that most often the ruling classes were depicted in story and legend as eagles, hawks, bears, the greater birds, and animals of prey. The wren is almost resourceful and adaptable bird. It will build its nest in any convenient home. Usually their homes are built close to the ground or even upon the ground, especially in marshy areas. The male wrens do most of the building, and they will build several dummy nests as well as a true nest. Partly this is for protection, although some believe it is also to entice the female. Only after the dummy nests are built does the female settle in and have her brood. The male will sleep apart from the female and the young. The wren is a bold and resourceful bird. One Native American tale speaks of a time when the wren tricked the boasting eagle into carrying it far into the heavens until the eagle could go no higher. At that point, the wren hopped off the eagle's back and flew beyond the clouds, laughing at how much higher it was flying than the eagle ever would. The wren has the vocal power of a bird much larger. It will sing from daylight to dark, as if overflowing with confidence. It is also a bit of a spitfire, and it will not hesitate to confront any threatening bird or animal. If wrens have come into your life, it is time to ask yourself some important questions. Are you using the resources available to you? Are others? Are you not displaying enough confidence? Are you so wrapped up in daily worries that you are forgetting to sing? Are you not staying grounded? Are you not seeing the forest because of the trees? Are you not attacking your life with enough gusto? Ren holds the medicine for using what is available, and it can teach you the most effective means to build within your own environment. We did it. Highest heart love. That concludes the great chapter 10, guys. We did it. We did it. So now we are moving on to part 3, understanding animal medicine. When we reconvene, we will pause here. That conclusion, chapter 10. The dictionary of bird totems is now complete. Live from the light here on YouTube on Father's Day. Highest heart love to my daughter. I love you so much. Highest heart love to all the fathers and mothers. Some play both roles, so we honor them, right? And that's what this next section is about. It's really about honoring our animal totems and the animals of the world. It's about honoring. And this next section, chapter 11, is going to dive into just how to do that and how it aligns up with our life. Thank you so much for being here on this special occasion. Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. Learn the language of the animals, the spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel Riley. Thank you so much. Woo! Chapter 10. We did it. Love to all my fathers. Thank you so much. Hey, peace, Marquise. Highest heart love. All my mods is in the building. We are doing it. Guys, thank you so much for the likes and subs. We're on our way to 500 in this corner of YouTube. We'll read books, learn from masters, honor one another. We're uniting. We are uniting. That's what we learn and how to build our nest, right? See, all these birds, like they were saying, they build their nest they're preparing, right, for the mate that's coming. And some do it together. One gender does it more than the other. But they all build the nest first, which is very key, right? And that's what we do as parents. We build the nest. And then we have that comfortable, safe place to raise our children so that they have that place to come to, that place of trust, that place of value. You know, I used to love picking up Isis from school and, you know, bringing her home. She would be so excited to come home. She had her room and, you know, read her books and have her own time. Well, that's what we were reading about with the pigeon, right? To recognize and give reverence of home, that safe place. The pigeon says home is always right next to us. It's always in our heart, right? Man, I love this so much. So much honor and love. Thank you, guys. Any questions? Peace? Put it in the chat. I'll read it out right now because this is honorable. You know, love to all our friends and family. Healing. Highest heart love. All the ones we lost. BJ, Steven, Uncle Man this year. Love you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, gotta reach back here for a second. Love you. Isis. We completed another chapter. Completed another chapter. What's up, y'all? Ashe. Home is where the heart is. That's right. You know it. You know it, Coco. Thank you so much. Highest heart love. Pink cloud. Remember, when you get a feather, make a wish, right? All your dreams are coming true. That's why we live this life. That's just why we dream. We have a chance to make them come true. I'm sending out highest heart love and dreams to y'all. That's what I'm doing. Whenever I'm picking up any of our sacred feathers, I'm making wishes for all of us. I want the best for all of us. That's why I came on here to read these books. Because I want the best for all of us, guys. We have to keep showing that. It doesn't matter how many people follow us. What matters is that we are doing it. This is practice for our own spirit energy. You know? We're building it up. Highest heart love. Thank you. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you so much for moderating as well. Peace, peace. Highest heart love. I'll see you soon. Chapter 11's coming. I love you. Peace.